Where's James?
I actually came here a little early, and I was driving by, and I saw him walking into the strip club. So I don't know.
Again?
Yeah, I don't. Sometimes
oh my God.
people get nervous.
The traffic was freaking unbelievable.
I saw you.
Steve,
What's going on?
It's good to see you, Andreani. I gotta change my.
What
glasses.
traffic are you talking about? The traffic waiting in line for get a strip?
What?
Lap dance?
Where did you find all of those things? What the hell?
We saw you at the strip club. We saw you walk into the strip club.
No, that's not what these are.
Look at those ones.
We know what you did.
That's not what these are from.
Big baller making it rain.
Yeah, I brought these for you, Steve.
Come on, make it rain on me. Come on. Yes.
One for you,
there we go.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hang on.
All right.
Mo. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
Now it's a party.
There we go. I like that.
I get my headphones on.
Yeah.
So, wow, it's been a minute since we've been here.
Yeah.
And what a great way to come back.
Yeah.
With Mo here at the helm, we got Stephen Briggs.
That's right.
I'm no introductory necessary because you're world famous. Andreani.
Hello.
I can't say your last name, but you can say it.
Constanti.
All right.
Greek.
We've worked together. We were in a play together.
Yeah.
We were in school together at the Los Angeles Performing Arts Conservatory. Should we give them a plug?
Yeah.
Stephen, would you do the honors and introduce yourself? Because I just know that you are one of the funniest guys I know.
Oh, thanks.
I've been sharing some hilarious stuff that you've been posting, and you perform everywhere, all around the world.
Yeah. So I do stand-up comedy. I perform like all over the U.S. and outside the country as well. I do a bunch of shows for the troops as well, so that's fun. Done like weird places like Guantanamo Bay.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I've never heard. I didn't know they had entertainment over there.
Well,
like for the troops.
Yeah, for the troops. You know,
Yeah.
I try to do a little entertainment for everybody, but you know,
Right,
just the
right.
troops. That's the troops, buddy.
Trying to think of what some good jokes would be for those. Well, maybe we'll stay away from that subject right now. It might not be politically correct to talk about the prisoners. Do they have it at Guantanamo Bay anymore? They shut that down, right?
Well, I haven't been back since.
Wait a minute, let me call.
The stripper?
You're
No. Yeah, I'm trying to reach China.
oh God.
You had a balloon flying around. Did you happen to see what was going on over there at Guantanamo? Okay, nothing's happening over there. I got it confirmed.
That balloon's just watching you at the strip club.
Yeah. Well, I can't go to strip clubs because, my other half would castrate me. Decapitate and castrate. Hey, that sounds like a rap song. I should see. I knew I missed my calling. But how about that
Hit us with some
balloon?
bars.
Castrate and decapitate and that's what happens if you go to the strip club.
Get it.
Yeah, that's pretty. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to hear it. But I heard that the former some people don't even want to really call him President Trump, but he was talking about how he needs to run again because he said that there was a balloon. The balloon, it was huge. It was huge. If I had a balloon, it would have been much more. It would have been bigger. I can't do him.
You said that
That's
so you
actually-
could do the impression. Come on.
That's actually a pretty good impression.
But then he said, it came from China, and you know how much I like to say China, and not every China is bad. I was trying to think. I was doing it so well in the shower this morning when I was practicing, but I need a professional to take over there. So, but yeah, the balloon. I think I got that part.
Yep.
Is that where you practice most of your impressions at in the shower?
Or on the can.
Or on the can?
Well, yeah. I don't know. I guess that didn't go over too well either. So anyway, those Dodgers. Did you know that I just met, what's his name, Pete Davis? No. Who's the manager? If I get this wrong, I'm going to get in big
I don't know
trouble.
sports either.
I don't know
that.
Mo.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Help me out here. David Robertson. I don't know where I got Pete Davis.
Oh, yeah. David Robertson.
David Robertson.
Yeah, David Robertson.
He played for the Red Sox. He stole a base, which was like a big deal to help to help them win that game.
Yeah.
That
He didn't win the game. He just took it from Guitar Center.
and So anyway, the Dodgers helped get me out of that rut that I was in a few minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Nice. Now,
So
did you look like you played sports when you were younger?
yeah, that's deceiving. No.
Oh, really? You look like an athletic man.
No, I hung out with the Lodies in the smoking area in high school.
You look like you got a limber groin.
I was a rebel. I was trying to grow my hair long, but it just kept getting bigger instead of longer. When I was a kid, they used to call me Farrah, like Farrah Fawcett.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's before everyone's time. So people didn't even know my real name because my hair was so crazy. But I did a little bit of roller skating. I used to work at the roller rink, so I could say, slow down, and play the cool songs that I like to play in the booth. But can we talk about me now a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you miss roller rinks?
I do. And I will go back on occasion. I still have some roller skates, and I have the 4 wheels.
Oh, okay. So you could do the tricks.
Well, I'm not doing the rollerblades because my ankles don't.
But
like
the 4 wheels, like the ones with the 2 in the front and the 2 in the back, that's the one where you go on the floor and you do all those dance moves and you like.
Yeah.
So you could do that.
I could do 3. I could spin around. I could skate backwards better than frontwards. I could double brace. When the people are skating backwards.
Yeah.
And but tell me about how you got into comedy and how, like, what were you like as a kid? Because I have a friend of mine who's a comic. His name's Mike James.
Okay.
You know Mike? He opened for Lonnie on the road. Still does, I'm sure, if she goes back out. But he used to just love to tell stories and stuff like that. And then there's another guy I know that's a writer, and he said he used to make up shit to get himself out of trouble. And that's how he became interested. He got interested in writing for a living, and he writes for Netflix.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a big deal.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Nick. Congratulations on your wedding. He just got married.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So when I was a kid, my parents wouldn't let me watch like TV or anything. So me and my brothers used to just like tell stories to like entertain each other and stuff like that. And then when I got a little bit older, my mom's friends thought I was funny. So he brought me to a comedy show, and they were like, next up, Stephen Briggs. And I was like, oh, there must be another Stephen Briggs in here. And this old man behind me is like, go on up there, young blood.
Oh, man.
And so I went up there and told some stories. And then after, someone's like, hey, man, I want to book you. And I was like, I didn't know what that meant. I just know like getting booked is like for jail. So I was like, I don't want any problems, bro.
Right.
And he's like, no, I'll pay you. And I was like, what? Okay. And then I just started doing stand up like that. And then, yeah, I just kept on doing it.
That sounds like Dave Chappelle. He started when he was really young, and he just ended up he went up when he was like 14, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think he accidentally started.
No,
I
he knew what he wanted to.
Probably. I didn't even know what stand up was. Like,
Lonnie told me that she was in college, and they were out at one of those college bars somewhere.
Yeah.
And they had a contest. Whoever could tell the best story would win $50.
Oh, wow.
And she won. And I think that, if I'm not mistaken, we'd have to ask her, I think that kind of got her interested in comedy because she enjoyed that feeling. If she liked it, she was good at it. So that's an interesting way to get your feet wet. Some old guy behind you going, come on, boy.
Yeah. He's like, get on up there.
Get on up there.
Yeah. So I just went up there and started telling some stories, and then people liked it. I was like, all right, cool. So,
have you ever done any comedy, Andreani?
Yeah, wasn't very good at it. They told me I was funny when I was a kid too, but
Well, people always tell me that I'm funny, but looks aren't everything. Grown. Where's the? Thank God there's no tomatoes in here because.
Steve, what is one thing that do you think that audiences should know about going to a comedy show?
Don't bring tomatoes.
Yeah, but like interact, not interact,
I think they're just going to have their good time, You can't really be like, there are like some loose rules. Hey, don't do this, don't do that. But, most of these people are like, they're going, they've been working maybe some job they don't like. Yeah. They're just trying to relax. So I don't really care what the audience really does. I just do my own thing and,
Have you had any bad experiences where like there was like someone in the audience that was just loud and not as much heckling, but just it was just like a real distraction or something, and you just ignore it, right? I mean, or do you engage?
It depends. It's like a base by base, you know.
Yeah.
But I think I did a show randomly at the Hollywood Library.
Huh?
This was so random. Yeah. And some guy came in and he was on drugs and he rushed the stage when I was there. I was like, what the hell? But I guess the Hollywood Library, a lot of crazy stuff goes down there because they had a security guard there and he started fighting the guy in the library.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And I didn't know what to do. So I just kept on doing my set while they were fighting.
That's awkward, right? To say the least.
It was even more awkward because the security guard lost. I was like, you need to fire him.
Oh, no.
He's not even good.
He's just the
He got
skinny
beat up.
guy.
Yeah, he got beat up by this guy. The guy's just like, that's right. And then the guy just sat down, opened up his backpack, and started drinking a 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nobody else was going to tell him to leave.
No.
What was your favorite place that you performed at?
My favorite place.
You were talking about
Greece.
Greece?
Athens, Greece was great.
Wow.
Yeah. With the Pantheon in the background, we performed on a rooftop. That was really cool. I had a good time doing that. That's just like gorgeous, though, you know. But
Have you had clubs where you've gone in and there were like 3 people in the audience?
yesterday.
Oh, no.
No,
Oh,
I'm kidding. But yeah, that happens all the time. It's like,
Yeah?
because it's like, you know, like sometimes you pop into a spot, you know, you're doing like, I do like multiple shows a day. So yeah, you're bound to have like shows where there's like not that many people at the show, or you're just working on something, you just drop in, you know.
You know, we found, I was doing a lot of community theater. I was over at the Palisades Theater, Pacific Palisades. And we found that the shows where they were serving wine before out in the lobby, you know, because you do a lot of theater stuff, those are better audiences.
Yeah, they're ready to be entertained.
Get them a little liquored up, loosen them up, especially if it's late in the afternoon, like an early evening show, because they're driving into the Palisades is no fun. So they're coming from work, like you say, and, you know, a little bit of wine helps. But I remember there was this one show that I was doing at Theater 68. It's a great theater company. I was there when they started the one in New York. It's near Times Square. I went out there and I performed a scene from The Odd Couple, which was a blast. Another thing that most people won't know what I'm talking about if they're under, 60, 50. But anyway, I digress. So I was on my way to a show, and it was a Sunday matinee. I was coming from Orange County, and I got in a car accident. And I called them up. I was in a one-act play. It was a string of one-act plays, and mine was called Home is Where the Hooker Is. No joke. That was the name of the play. It was great. It was probably one of the best ones. And so I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get there. And I said, look, I could take a cab the rest of the way. This is before Ubers. It was like $45 to get from where the 5 interchanges were, that little stoppages. That's where I crashed. And when I got there, I was so worried about getting there because I didn't want to let the audience down. I didn't want to let the cast down. I didn't want to let anyone down. There was my friend that showed up, and that was it. And it was a Sunday matinee. So we had the box office guy and the stage manager and my buddy sitting in the audience because someone said, you know, should we go on? And then someone else said, let's do it for Jim. Let's do it for Johnny. And we went on and we kicked the door down.
Oh,
man.
wow.
It was the best show. I don't know why. The energy was up. The pacing was great. We were just all like firing on all 8. It was the best show. My friend came back to a Saturday night show, and it was packed.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't as good.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it just wasn't as good. So for some reason, then one other quick story I got to tell you about theater, because you could tell me too, like things that have gone wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm at Whittier Theater. I'm in this play called The Hallelujah Girls. I was playing Bobby D. Dillahunt or something like that. And he was a Southern guy. I had to do the Southern accent and everything.
Hit us with it.
I'm not
Hit us
going
with the
to
Southern
do it right now.
Come
Come on. The accent you do in the
A couple
shower.
of willful emus were down. I can't even do it anymore. You know, sometimes you put a script
What?
away, you know. But my friend who comes to my show sometimes because he's involved with the Theater Palisades. He's a neurophysicist, but he likes to do the technical stuff. So he runs the light board and the sound board, and he can do it all at the same time and do some brain mapping on a brain tumor on his iPad. He's brilliant. So we're down there in Whittier, and there was the lighting board, or whatever you call it, was glitching.
Okay.
So he went up to look at it because I said, I know somebody might be able to fix it. So he said, well, there's two things you could do. The obvious is you can shut it down and reboot it. He said, but I've seen in this situation where it won't come back up.
Oh, wow.
And you'll be in the dark. And they said, well, it was intermission. And they said, let's just take a chance because it's really glitching. So it didn't come back up. And we had the second half of the show to do, right? So they happened to have one of those big, giant spotlights, that you can put on someone on stage. So they used that and followed the actor that was talking. So, it'd be funny because, they'd have to go back and forth. And then if two actors would come together, and you could see where sometimes like it didn't quite follow them enough. So the actor would be in the dark and then in the light. And you know how they say, your actor, find your light. Well, that was a real tricky one. But that turned out to be one of the best shows that I've ever been in, that I've ever done. Everybody performed at the top of their game.
Maybe the audience, too, liked it more because they're like, oh, this is so artsy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, they were there for us, too. They were there for us because
they're like, what's the meaning?
Yeah, some kind
the
of
metaphor.
Yeah,
about life.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
Wow. Yeah, one of my buddies runs this show called the Psychedelic Show. You're talking about pre-gaming with wine before a show. This show is where everybody does mushrooms.
Oh wow.
Yeah, everybody, the whole audience.
You
all
didn't
the
get
performers.
yours today before the show?
No, I didn't. I was like, what's going on? I was like,
I passed
he's late.
them out.
He's at the strip club. He's late.
I was getting the mushrooms.
Yeah, you were giving the mushrooms too.
Yeah, I was getting good.
You were giving the mushroom over there.
I give as good as I get. So this was a real show, and the
he
audience
takes it all over.
would like party favors on the way in.
Yeah, everyone's doing mushrooms.
Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of, have you ever speaking of mushrooms, but have you ever been to the EDC or Coachella?
Oh yeah.
See, I've never been. I'm missing out. So
Burning
much.
Man. Burning Man's a crazy one.
Oh man, we have a friend that
I
goes.
went
Bill.
there.
Bill
Oh.
was on the podcast. You got to go back and watch that, people. Bill Sturley, such a great episode. And he's been to Burning Man. He was our instructor over at LePac, and he brought in a slideshow. And Bill just doesn't like strike me as a type.
He's not the type you will say, oh, he goes to Burning Man.
Oh, yeah,
he wears his shirts. He's very like professional with his glasses, very and then he's like Burning Man.
Wow, so he's like an accountant, but then by day and then Burning Man by night.
Oh, he's a weekend warrior.
Yeah,
at least when Burning Man comes around.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. He's great.
What a festival, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I just see it on YouTube. I want to go.
You should go. You can walk around naked. You can do whatever you want.
Well,
Wow.
nobody wants to see that.
Yeah.
But I have been working out. I did drop a few pounds.
Yeah, you show them your Reese's Pieces. Come
I got
on
my
now.
Reese's cup. This is coffee in here, people. Barnhouse Napa Brews.
So are you going to go to Burning Man, you think?
I want to eventually. I just
Eventually?
never
What are you
know
waiting
when.
for? What's eventually?
I'll have to see if Lonnie wants to go, maybe.
Yeah, go to Burning Man. Have a good
That
time.
would be a kick in the pants, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let it all out, James.
There's this thing called escape.
Come on, baby. Get wild with it. Go over there and show them your southern accent.
Right.
Yes.
Let me get comfortable here. since
Free the
we're-
nip,
we're
James.
loosening
Free the
up.
nip.
How are my people live out there doing? Is anybody make some comments or write some comments or how are you?
They're listening to you. They want you to free the nip.
Don't encourage me. I'm incorrigible. That bad behavior. So, did you get your liquid death?
I had a little something. It was good. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But I really think you should go to, because you're like, I haven't been to Coachella, I haven't been to EDC, but I think Burning Man would be your style.
Back in the day.
And you can go with
Andreani.
Well, we'll get a whole group.
Yeah, and Bill.
Yeah, we'll get a whole group.
Bill.
to
Yeah,
go.
you can go with Bill.
Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
We could do
wouldn't
like-
that be a kick in the pants?
Yeah,
Do
we
they still say
could-
that kick in the pants?
I haven't heard it in a while, but
Okay.
I'm
I'm
sure
bringing a lot of stuff
it's still
back.
lingering. It's still there around there, you know.
Tom from LePac, we talk about stuff like what was it that he was saying? Shtick.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, I use these references that my dad used all the time that nobody knows what I'm talking about.
Like,
And they look at me like I looked at my dad, like when he would cash out, you know, and pay for the bill at the register for the restaurant. You know, the lady would say, you know, that'd be $13.50, and he'd look up and go, "Did I break a window?" And I would look up at him, go like, "Break? Oh, what is he talking about?"
Yeah.
But they would laugh.
What's that
Because my
supposed to
dad
mean?
was, well, like, it's so expensive, you know. Did I break something? You know,
Oh.
I know. I have to. It's not a good joke if you have to explain the punchline.
Yeah.
You know, it's like your camera's right here. I think.
Oh, okay. I hit this one. I was like,
well, we got a nice side profile. Oh man, I'll tell you.
When I was just in Mexico, the room I had, it had its own private pool, and they told me no one could see me from there. So I was doing. I've been looking for a place to just do some nude tanning. So I was doing some. I think it's called perineum sunbathing.
Oh,
that's where you let the sun hit you in your buttocks.
Let me write that down.
Yeah. It's just so the sun's hitting your root chakra. You know, it's supposed to fill you with energy. It's supposed to actually 1 minute hitting your root chakra is supposed to be enough equivalent to a cup of coffee.
Man.
Yeah, so I was hitting that root chakra and I was feeling really good until look. They said there's a blockage here. No one that's in the hotel can see you, but they failed to tell me that people are driving their boats by. So a whole group of people driving their boats by saw my root chakra and they were not happy with it.
Is the root chakra kind of like the taint?
Yeah, the taint.
Okay. All right. Sorry, Andreani. I keep forgetting. I'm so used to
I
Jim
don't have
sitting
one,
there.
so I don't know what you're talking
Jim
about.
would get more embarrassed than you, maybe. I don't know. We try to keep it PG-13 here.
That's PG-13, right? You can't talk about letting the sun, getting that vitamin D.
One of the things that I tend to say on this podcast is, and now we're canceled. Talking about taints. And we never know what's going to end up in the promo, I tell you. And it's so funny because when I get it, I'll see something. It'll be hilarious. Good stuff, man. I love Melrose Podcast Studios.
What do you think about like nudist colonies?
Oh, you know, I think that there's a need for those because there are people that, you know, want to free up and get out there and, you know, but like I say, nobody wants to see that as far as, you know, I got, you know, a long way to go before I want to.
I did a show at one.
You did. Now that is funny. That is something. That's right. You already had me at show naked. At Nudist Colony.
Whole audience naked.
Were you?
No, yeah, like
they wouldn't let me take my clothes off. They said, "Not you, buddy, not you." So keep it on. I said, "Okay."
That could be interpreted different ways.
I don't know.
Either because you're the performer.
They told me before I even had the option or just tried to decide. They were just they're driving me the person driving me in the golf cart to the stage is naked and they're like, "Now I hope you know you can't get naked up there. You got to keep your clothes on." And I was like,
"Oh, you're taking all the fun out of it."
I was like, so I was the only person. There's probably like 300 naked people. I was the only person wearing clothes.
Was it like 299 guys and one woman?
No. It was like a community that they lived in. It was like a gated community.
Was it in Florida?
No, it was in California.
Oh.
Yeah. And so it's like this gated community that these people live in.
Really?
It's like a nude, community.
I didn't know they had those.
Yeah, me neither.
I knew that they had like places you could pay and go and hang out. For the day.
People live there, yeah.
But they live in a nudist community. It's kind of like a gated community.
It's like a gated community, so like they can kind of do what they want. Some people do wear, like you can wear clothes and stuff like that around, but it's like also, it's like clothing optional. So
that is
no
super
one gets,
interesting to
so
me.
they all want to live this lifestyle. So it's a small community. But the one thing was like you could wear clothes when you're walking around outside, but the pool they had a sign that says "must be nude in pool."
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Well, it makes sense, I guess, in my warped, twisted mind.
Yeah, you don't want to taint the pool
with clothing.
With shorts.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm sure there's a missed opportunity for some really good jokes that we won't tell because we're trying to keep this PG-13. Those too.
Now, let me ask you this: do you prefer doing live stage shows, or do you prefer doing like on camera stuff?
Well, since the live stage stuff doesn't pay anything,
Yeah.
and
But
well,
what do
then
you-
again, I do a lot of film shooting, like 3 or 4 different things. It's so different because the feel of a live audience is so electric and
Yeah.
and so gratifying. But when you see something that's filmed really well,
Yeah.
I did I was in a short that's going to go to some film festivals, and the cameraman Chris from LePac is so good. He had this one shot where I'm playing a therapist,
Yeah.
and I have my glasses on, my clipboard, and they're doing a shot from behind me, and there's a bookcase, and you could see through my glasses the blur of the bookcase.
Oh, wow.
But everything else was just as clear and crisp, really great. And the funny thing is we're on a low budget.
Yeah.
I can't believe the quality of this film. And he made a dolly, which for those of you who don't know, it's so you can roll the camera in on a shot or roll it out.
Yeah.
So it's usually a dolly track, like a little railroad track. He took PVC pipe
Yes.
and skateboard wheels.
Yeah, my buddy's done
and
that.
made a dolly track.
Yeah, it's pretty
Isn't
cool.
That great?
Yeah, one of my buddies did the same thing, like skateboard wheels and PVC pipe.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just like it's really cool. Like, and it's a fraction of the cost of what the real thing.
And
is.
it worked fine. We had one shot where we wanted to push in, and it worked out great. Now you've done some acting.
I've
have.
dabbled.
Okay.
I've dabbled, yeah, but I'm nowhere near the thespian that you are, James.
I don't know. Am I a thespian or a lesbian trapped inside a man's body? Oop. We just got canceled again.
How long have you been acting for?
Well, I started in high school,
Oh, wow.
so about 10 years now. I should have said 20, huh?
Yeah.
I should have said 20.
Would have been a little more. yeah.
But throughout my life, I've taken some acting classes, and I've done some stand-in work or some photo double or even extra work. And I ended up in a theater company for 4 years. And then I got serious about it, like these last few years, to where I said, you know what, I gotta really devote myself to this. So I moved to LA because I was driving back and forth from Orange County to LA to do auditions and for the theater company.
Yeah.
And when you're in a theater company, you put up work, scenes, so you have to meet with people to rehearse. So I was driving back and forth.
Yeah.
So no, it's been great. It takes time for casting directors to get to know you. I just auditioned for an international commercial.
Oh, wow.
A bank commercial. I can't say which one. I just auditioned and had a callback for one of the biggest shows on TV. I'm not booking as much as I would like to, but I did work on a movie called American Society. Something, I'm not even going to say the rest of it because it's going to come out wrong, and it's something to do. Yeah, I can't say it. But I'll talk about it more later. David Alan Grier is in it.
Oh, nice.
And I only had a couple of lines, but the coverage was amazing because they set up the track, they put it. And I remember when the cameraman said, just lean forward about a half an inch. And I was holding a plate of food and everything, and I had to say a couple lines. I'm looking at a painting. And he said, then we'll thread the needle. So I'm thinking, wow, this is some pretty, this is interesting for a couple of lines. They're doing a lot of shots this way, that way. I turn around. I was, interacting with the main, the lead, the number one on the call sheet. And also, like, there was like 150 extras there and everything. And I remember, I don't know if it was David Spade.
All
or
150 extras are looking at you going, man.
Yeah, and I used to be
right
them.
now. I wish I
used
could
to be
hold that
them.
plate right now and needle the thread.
I can't remember who it was. Was it Dana Carvey or Dave Spade? Somebody said when they got on set, they were like the main actor in the movie, and they saw the cables and the lights and the crew, and this is all for me. I felt a little bit like that, even though I was only a day player coming in for a couple of lines.
No, I mean, that's awesome. The first time I ever auditioned for a commercial what happened was that I was at this event and this guy comes up to me. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "You ever thought about doing commercials?" And I was like, I don't do any acting or anything like that. And he goes, "Oh," he goes, "You look like my brother." He's like, "I always told him he should do commercials." And so we're drinking, have a good time. And he gets my phone number. He calls me up the next day and he goes, "Hey, I got an audition for you. Can you be there in 30 minutes?" So I drive to the audition and I go into the room and there's all these people running around. I grab one guy and go, "Hey man, where do I sign up for the audition?" He goes, "Just sign your name right here." So I write my name down and the cast director comes out. He goes, "Stephen Briggs, come in here." So I come in the room and he goes, "Okay, you're going to slate your name and then you're going to start saying these lines up here." So I'm like, "Hey, my name is Stephen," and I just start throwing up everywhere like,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then I look up at him and I was like, "Briggs," and I start saying the lines
And they
like
used
really
it.
fast.
And they hired you.
And he goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I'm like, I'm saying the lines. He's like, "No, you clean this up. That's what you're doing." He makes me clean it up. And then I was so embarrassed. I was like, "Hey, do you think we can try this over again?" He goes, "Get the heck out of my
Oh
office."
my God.
He kicks me out of the office. I'm standing outside the office. And I must have looked really distraught because this other guy comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, dude, is everything okay?" And I go, "I just threw up inside this ESPN commercial audition." He goes, "ESPN?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "That's 2 doors down that way."
Oh,
and I'm
how
walking in and booking it.
Funny. Oh, wow.
And that's why I still live here.
What a great story. I
Yeah.
mean, that's like, first of all, it's the people that don't even have an interest in being an actor. Like this guy at the paint store that I would buy paint at, he said they needed an actor to do for a Sherwin-Williams paint store. And I find, yeah, I own a painting company called Quality Painting Plus.
Oh, nice.
And in Orange County and Los Angeles, if you need your house or office or building painted, 714-279. I'm not going to say the rest. No, but anyway, this guy, his name's Ty, works at the paint store, did a little bit of acting in high school, said, "Yeah, I'd like to," because they were asking if anyone wanted to audition. He gets a national Sherwin-Williams commercial. He had to say, "Well, you don't want to use a blow dryer," something about paint drying or to dry it. Or something.
Yeah.
And the money he made, because he told me, a national commercial can pay really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's funny though that it was in the wrong office and
I didn't know that because I didn't know there was multiple auditions going on in
I had
one
this
office.
one time I went into a casting and the guy says, "You have any questions like how hot dogs are made?" Or what are hot dogs made out of? And I just kind of like I was nervous, so I didn't get it, so I didn't laugh at his joke, and it went okay. I didn't book, but
So he said that and you didn't laugh, and he goes,
no, I didn't
I
laugh.
told him
He was
his
like,
clipboard. He goes,
no sense of humor. A little slow on the take.
"Did you ask him a question?"
No. I said I'm ready. I'm good.
You didn't go like,
What are they made
what
of?
are they made of? What are hot dogs made of?
Yeah, or do we want to know or something? I could have said something, right? Andreani, you've been
Yeah.
really kind of
No, I'm
monopolizing this whole
listening.
conversation. This is like
I'm listening. What do you do?
Can we
Yeah.
quiet her down? No, come on. What do you got?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, if you were a song, what song would you be?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, good choice.
Yes.
I love it.
I love that. It has everything.
A little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah,
Explosions.
exactly.
Love that. Okay.
Yes.
What song would you be?
Oh God, I don't know. There's so many to choose from. What
Yeah.
song would you be?
I like what's that song? Big Jim, Big Bad Jim. You don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit in the wind. You don't pull the mask off Lone Ranger, and you don't mess with Big Bad Jim.
This is like one of those quotes like, "Did I just break a window?"
Yeah. It was kind of like after I got started, I said, like, am I really trying to remember the words of this song and attempt to not sing it? But what am I doing? What am I doing? Well, we all said our song except you don't.
Me. Damn, I don't know. I gotta
your
give
question?
me. I know. That's what I think because can't pick. I'm always like I want to listen to other people choose theirs, but
I got one for you.
okay, good. Tell me.
We were in a play together called Row.
Oh wow.
Timely.
Yeah.
Now
It
let
was-
me ask you, who did better in acting on that play between you two?
By far, she was the lead. She was the
Oh,
lead.
get
Yeah,
it, girl.
yeah,
Yes, queen.
yeah.
Yes, get it.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's
it was-
true. She was amazing. She played Norma
McQuarrie.
Norma
Nate
McCorvey.
Jane Rowe.
Jane Rowe. I was a judge in about 5 other roles.
How do you play 5 other roles? through
Quick
the play?
costume
Yeah,
changes.
changes
Really?
Yeah.
coming in and out. Yeah.
Wow.
I did get an applause after when I delivered the opinion. on one night. We only did it for 2 nights. But
And you sent somebody to prison? Like that kind of opinion? Like,
yeah, no, the opinion was actually that abortion was legal.
oh, okay.
So I was the guy, what was his name? Judge, man,
something with a B. I think.
I don't remember.
Memorable character, huh?
I'm going to get hit for that. But I think your song would be I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar. Because even your own, like your personality would, besides being in the play, very independent, very, you know.
I mean,
if I had to pick something off the top of my
we
head.
had a lot of Janis Joplin songs, which I love. I love music in projects. Like, do you listen to music before you go on stage, or do you?
No, I don't really
prepare like
listen
that?
to anything. I just kind of like show up, and I don't even plan my sets.
I was going to ask you.
I don't plan
you
anything.
prepare?
I just go up
Really?
on
Oh, that's
stage. Yeah.
cool.
So.
Depends
That's
on the
talent.
audience too
That's
sometimes,
really
huh?
talent.
Whether you're going to go blue
Well,
or
I
whether
figure
they're-
out the audience when I go out there. I start talking to them a little bit and kind of just figure it out where I'm going to go with it. But I don't ever plan this. I don't know like what the first thing or the last thing is I'm going to say. I don't really have any of it planned. I just kind of go up there and like.
Well, you're doing amazing. I mean, you're doing great. You're playing in Vegas. How often are you out there?
I'm there every month, at least.
Awesome.
Yeah, at least a few days every month.
How do people find you?
Stephen Briggs Comedy on Instagram, like on all the platforms. That's what I'm on right there. Yeah, and yeah, I'm constantly touring. So
Nice.
I'll be in your city. I'll be in your city.
That's such a great feeling to be like going all these different places and getting in front of these different audiences. What a
My goal right now is to perform in Ireland this year, and then also to perform in Australia this year, and then also to take James to Burning Man this year.
Yes.
That's right.
Let's go.
And Coachella.
Let's do it.
And EDC or whatever they're called, all the festivals.
Yes.
There's one called Escape Hollywood. Have you heard of that? Escape Hollywood? Or no, Halloween. Escape Halloween.
Okay, because I was like everyone's trying to escape.
Escape Hollywood. That's like everybody's trying to do that. But it's a huge one.
Oh, okay.
I saw it on Instagram. Well, I think we went pretty long, which is great. Anybody, you want to plug anything? You have anything you want to promote? Any films or anything that just your Instagram?
Oh yeah, my Instagram. Go follow me, Andreani.Constanti. I post really fun pictures.
And well, shout out to Melrose Podcast Studio, Barnhouse Napper Brews, and thank you. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Thank you.